Hello, welcome to the Blanket Fort, where we stay cozy and we play cozy. If you're new here, my name is Gina, and this is not my usual setup, but we have a very special occasion to celebrate. It is the completion of Matcha City and the tour video for Matcha City. And Matcha City is my Animal Crossing island that I had been working on for what my Nintendo Switch says is 500 hours. So I am very proud of myself. This is the first time I've ever completed a creative passion project of mine. And yeah, I think that is worth celebrating. So first off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me over the past 6 months and who has supported me through the creation of Matcha City and has just left so many kind comments, likes, you know, subscribing to me. Like, it's just been so amazing. Like, I am genuinely blown away. I never thought I would do anything like this. I'm very honored to be in this like little niche, this little pocket of Animal Crossing, you know, Animal Crossing people. You know, I absolutely love it. It's the most amazing group of people on the internet, and yeah, I'm just really honored. So I really want to make a matcha latte before we tour Matcha City. I feel like that is the most appropriate thing that we can do. So I'm going to show you my setup real quick. We have a whole thing happening here, so let me show you. So here is our setup. It looks like junk right now, and don't just like ignore the pile of garbage back there. It's my doom pile. Anyways, so we have right here, we have 5 grams of matcha powder in this bowl. And what we need to do is we need to add 40 to 50 grams of water to this. So I am going to add 40 grams because I like my matcha to be a little bit thicker. So like the mixture that I'm going to use to be thicker. So I'm just going to do 40 grams, 40 to 45. Oop. And I end up putting 50. So that's fine. Okay. Now what we want to do, I'm going to move my scale out of the way. I'm just going to like put it on the floor. And what we need to do next is we need to whisk our matcha. So I do have a bamboo whisk right here that we are going to use. Basically, I just want to get all the clumps out, and I kind of want like a foaminess going on. So I'm like very lightly scraping the bottom. They tell you not to like push the whisk, you know, down in the bottom. But I do need to like get the clumps out. I don't have a little like sifter, and usually what you would do is like put it through like a, what are those called? A sifter? Whatever those are called. But I don't have one of those, so we just have to like get the clumps out like on our own. So I'm gonna be whisking this for probably like 10 minutes. And yes, I will sit here for 10 minutes in the morning and whisk it because I think it's worth it. I love drinking matcha lattes, and I always do it iced. I never do it hot. So we're making an iced matcha latte. It's just like one of my favorite things ever. This footage is just gonna be me whisking for like literally 10 minutes. Okay, and now you want to pull this move to get it like all foamy and stuff. Like after you've gotten all the clumps out, you want to pull this move where you start doing like a W shape like this. And that's what makes it foamy. Makes it like creamy and foamy. Okay. I just found out my microphone's not working, so it's so great. I love it. Okay, this is our matcha. Does it look good? I really don't know. I'm not an expert, so let's use it. We have our cup of ice right here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of simple syrup at the bottom, maybe like 2 grams, like so, just on the bottom. And then we're just gonna use regular milk. I thought about making oat milk for this, but I was like, nah, we're good. And I'm gonna fill it up until about 1 inch. Yeah, like that. And then we are going to put our matcha in there. Let me get y'all lined up so you can see this action here. One sec. Oh my gosh. Wow. I totally spilt it everywhere, but look at that. We have an iced matcha latte. You know, guys, I never said I was a videographer. I never said I was talented at making videos. Now we have a nice matcha latte to drink while we tour Matcha City. So I'm going to switch back over to our game, and we are going to tour Matcha City, and I'm going to enjoy my latte. Bye!
And hi again. We have our matcha and we are ready to tour my Animal Crossing island. I am so excited. For those who have never seen my videos before, maybe this is your first time tuning in, Matcha City, my Animal Crossing island, is an urban garden theme island. So it has a mix of city core and natural scenery. It's also set in cherry blossom season, which is absolutely gorgeous, one of my favorite times in Animal Crossing. And I decided to set the island time to around sunset, like golden hour, to make it, I don't know, something about this lighting just seemed really right for this island. For those who would like to follow along or visit the island in the future, I wanted to give you some more information about it. So first off, my house is decorated, but the villager houses are not decorated. Also, the beaches are lightly decorated. So there's like some spots that are decorated, but they're not like completely covered like the rest of the island is. Also, you have my full permission to tour my island in a video. Just make sure to tag me. And of course, here is the dream address if you would like to follow along while we tour. The DA will also be in the description below if you'd like to reference it later. Okay, really quickly, I just want to reference our map. So I wanted to show you where my house is and also the villagers we have. So we have Tybalt, Chino, Sprinkle, who we didn't get rid of, Gladys, Genji, Roswell, Zucker, Rizzo, Nate, and Walt. I did not get rid of Sprinkle because I was just tired of villager hunting. But anyway, you guys know I'm not picky about villagers, so it really doesn't bother me that much. Okay, and last but not least, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. Pretty soon here, we will be starting a brand new island, so I'd love for you to stay tuned for that. But I hope you enjoy our tour of Matcha City. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, and here we are at our island entrance. This was the very first build that we ever did for Matcha City, and I absolutely love it still. I have not changed, I've barely changed anything to this since we built it. I think I changed some of the pathing, and I added that garden rock there, but that's about it. Everything else is pretty much the same. And then directly straight ahead, we have probably my favorite part of the entire island. It is the butterfly garden, which was one of the first videos we ever did on my channel, and I still love this. Again, I have not changed anything in the butterfly garden, I believe. I am noticing now there's a few stray flowers I forgot to clean up, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna keep going. We are going to head up to the museum, which is also, again, one of the first builds we did, and then one of my favorite area on the island. Like, it's so hard to choose. I love this. I love this so much. But we have this lower level like seating area with a little cafe, and then up here is the actual entrance to our museum. So we have this beautiful waterfall statue garden. I remember this build taking me a really long time, and I just remember when it was done, I was like, I cannot believe that I did this. So we're going to sneak past our informational sign right here. I like to think it's telling us what exhibit is showing right now. And we're going to head into our museum gift shop. So the idea for this is that there are like some prints of paintings that you can buy, also like t-shirts and hats. And then I made this kind of like fake museum exit out of the Tacomas, or what are they called? Tokonomas. And I think that turned out really good. I love the front of the museum. I left it pretty simple, where I just put the display stands with a couple of items in there, and I think it turned out really, really good. And then we do have a bridge over here that is leading to another area of the island, but I would like to show you that area over there, like coming from a different way, because the whole island like connects together. So we're going to leave it at that for now, and then we're gonna head back to the entrance, and I am actually going to go more east on the island. Before we head back to the entrance, I'm actually going to show you our dark academia library. If you guys did not see the video for this, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. This is one of my favorite little areas on the island. I was not expecting to do anything sort of dark academia on this island because it didn't really fit with the theme, but with the museum build, it actually made a lot of sense to have like a library with a lot of terrariums and plants and flowers in it. And I think it turned out really good. I was just kind of itching to do something like dark academia like. I think I'm trying to manifest like the fall season to come around, and yeah, so I really like that. Okay, so now we're going to head east from the entrance, and we are going to enter our market square. I love this. This was so much fun to build. We got to use that like beige brick custom code that I really ended up liking. We have a nice simple front for Able Sisters, and then some cluttery goodness happening over at Nook's Cranny. And yeah, I really like how I was able to incorporate Nook's Cranny and Able Sisters in this island. I think it turned out really great. And then we have a couple of fun things down below. So we have a coffee truck over here. And who doesn't love a good coffee truck? It is so much fun. And the inspiration for this little part of the island is I was looking at pictures, you know, like you see pictures of Paris and they have like the bistro tables like out on the sidewalks, and it just seems like very I don't know, it just seems like very lively. I just wanted it to feel like that. Another interesting thing is that we use the wedding stands, the wedding flower stands as a decoration, which I don't really see on a lot of islands, but we made it work for this, and I think it looks like very upscale and fun. And then for this back corner, I just kind of had it really simply decorated. And then for the beach down here, I wanted to set up a like nice, like almost like romantic beach dinner. Maybe there's a special occasion happening for the villagers, and like they have a nice fancy beach dinner happening, and it just looks like very upscale and like, I don't know, just like it's very luxurious. Okay, and then north of the market square, we have resident services. I really thought it was a nice touch to use the light poles and put the matcha flag on them. For the matcha flag, I actually just looked up the word matcha in the custom code portal, and that's what came up, and I just fell in love with it, and I thought it was perfect. So I don't know the actual custom code for it. I'll have to take a look, but I didn't have it saved on Pinterest or anything. I just like randomly found it. And then back here we have a secret little waterfall sitting area, and I just randomly built this one day and I absolutely fell in love with it. The waterfall above us actually leads to the museum, and when I was building this waterfall out, I was like, man, I should put something like down below, because it ended up like being right behind resident services. And yeah, so I just put like that little seating area, and it was super cute. And then just to the east of resident services, we have Leaf's plant shop. So I made a little plant shop for Leaf, and I really like this. What's even cooler is this awesome skyline that we have happening. Like imagine owning a plant shop and this is your view every single day. So much fun. I love it. Definitely one of my favorite little like miniature builds on the island, because most of the builds on the island are like really big and like with a lot of illusions and stuff like that, and this one is just more like simple and fun and sweet, and it definitely looks like Leaf works there. Okay, and now we are heading into downtown Matcha City. This is a wonderful spot on the island. This is where I incorporated a lot of fake buildings and illusions, and this was like my first go at like making fake buildings, so I was a bit intimidated at first, but I was really pleased with the turnout at the end of the day. So we have a fake building right there below us, and that's supposed to be like a little apartment building / house, maybe like a fancy house sort of thing. And then behind here, so these are Walt and Tybalt's houses, and they have a wonderful city skyline behind their houses that I just absolutely love. That is the Matcha skyline, and I am really proud of it. I am proud that I came up with these fake buildings, and yeah, I just really like it. Okay, and now we are heading into our street food market. So there's a bunch of food stalls and like a place to buy watches and get snacks and all kinds of things. I really like this Market Street area. Clearly Zucker likes it too. He looks so at home in it. He just looks so adorable. But I really love this part of the island. It just feels so alive and just gorgeous. And down here on the beach, we have a cutesy little build here. We have a tiki bar. And I found this build off of Pinterest, and I just copied it and like edited it to make it my own. But I really like it. It was such a good idea, and I needed something for this beach. It just felt like there was something missing here. And yeah, I really love it. I think it is so much fun. I ended up having such a good time building it. And then over here we have, I believe this is Genji's house. I'm pretty sure this is either Genji's house or, oh my goodness, I can't remember. But I just decorated their house very simply. I didn't want to go too crazy with it. And then back here, for some reason, I really like this area. It's like this little like outhouse with the hand washing station. I think it's so cute, and for some reason up against like the retro transportation stops, it just looks really good. And then to the right of Walt's house, we do have a decorated beach. I like to think that this area is like shared by Walt and Tybalt. This is kind of like their beach backyard. And so there's 2 lawn chairs right there where they go and hang out in the evenings. And then they have a nice bridge decoration, very zen and very like, maybe like they like to stand up there and just like watch the waves, and it's just really peaceful. And now we are heading back up north to look at Zucker's house. So we have a fake building right here that I really, really love. It looks kind of like a very fancy upscale house in the middle of the city. Maybe someone like a millionaire moved in and he has a fancy car and he has like this very minimalistic looking house. And then over here to the right, we have Zucker's house, and his is a little bit like, there's like a contrast happening where it's like, there's a super minimalistic, sleek house. And then here's Zucker's like very homey, very like rustic looking, old looking house. And it is just so like cozy and comfortable. And yeah. And now we are coming upon one of the fan favorites on the island. You guys really loved this build video, and I see why, because it is also one of my favorite areas on the island. But this is our pergola garden, our secret pergola tunnel, if you will. Boom. Look at how beautiful that is. I absolutely love it. I remember building this and being like, I just put a bunch of like pergolas together near this incline, and then like I just happened to see it from the bottom, and I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. I have to do this. So we made this beautiful pergola tunnel that leads to this secret garden courtyard. Okay, and now we are heading east of our pergola garden, and we have a very beautiful spot coming up here. It is our bridge scenery overlook, and I just love it. This was one of the most challenging builds for me just because it consisted of a lot of terraforming, and I'm not super great at terraforming. I've been to islands that have just like had the most amazing terraforming I've ever seen, and I was just like, I wanted to achieve something close to that, but I tried my best, and I still really like it. I think it looks great. I love the bridge. I love the waterfall. It's gorgeous. Okay, and now we are back at the entrance because I wanted to head over to the west side of the island, taking this way because I think it just has a beautiful view. But if you're touring the island yourself, feel free to go however you'd like. This is just how I decided to do it for the video. But we are entering our bamboo forest neighborhood. So we have some houses over here, and I really like this area. It's not my absolute favorite on the island. I think for me, filler, like doing filler with the trees and the bushes and stuff is really hard for me for some reason. I worked on this for like a long time and I feel like I couldn't get it quite right, but I still really like it. I think it's really fun. So we have Gladys's house over there, and I just left it very plain and simple. I didn't want to do anything too crazy. Initially we had like a coffee shop over there, but I nixed that. And then for Shino's house, we made it like an outdoor bookshop, and I really like it. I love the log couch with the matcha flag on there, and yeah, it just feels like a little bookshop in the woods, which is so much fun. And then down here, we're gonna go through like this bamboo forest walkway, and we are heading down toward our campsite and a fun like camping outdoor eating area. So to our left, we have our glamping campsite, and then to our right, we have our outdoor eating spot, which I like to think the campers, they have kind of this glamping thing going on where they brought a bunch of supplies, stuff that you usually wouldn't bring camping, but maybe they're doing some long-term camping and they wanted things to be really nice for them. So they have a smoker, they have a whole feast going on, they got the stove burning, and it just looks very, like I want to eat there. I want to have a nice big feast there. And then we have our glamping campsite. Ignore the rock and the dig spot right there. I forgot to clean that up. But yep, that was our glamping campsite. Very fancy. And then we're going to come down here to the actual like in-game campsite, which I attached on like another sort of glamping campsite, but it's less luxurious and a little bit more functional. So they have like a whole stack of books, they have a stove, they have pretty much everything that they need to have a nice camping trip. This is definitely more my style, less minimalistic and more maximalist. I absolutely love it. And then over here, I'm pretty sure this is Genji's house, not the other house that we saw, but this is just like a cluttered like fishing area. Like they have an old fishing boat and a little like outdoor like shed area, and yeah, just some filler for the beach. I thought it was super fun to build. I was really just cleaning out like a lot of junk from my storage and ended up doing that. Okay, and now we are exploring the other part of this neighborhood. So we are coming upon Sprinkle's house, and then I believe that is Roswell's house on the right. So Sprinkle's house is definitely a bit more manicured lawn, very curated, but still overgrown. This was a really fun build that ended up turning out very unexpectedly like awesome. Like I really love how it turned out. I like that there's like a clean courtyard in the middle, but then like the rest is like very overgrown, and I like the yuzu bathtub in the backyard as well. And then for Roswell's house, we actually turned it into a laundromat, and I thought that was so cute. I like to think that all of the people in this neighborhood come and they use Roswell's laundromat, and yeah, I really like it. I put some filler up on top to the right there, and it just makes it feel like it's still connected to the city, but it's still like in a more suburban like neighborhood. Okay, and now we are heading north of the neighborhood, and we are actually in the last part of the exterior of the island. So we have this incline with the two waterfalls that I ended up really loving. And then we have a bench that meets us at the top of this incline for a nice scenery outlook and I really love it. I really at first wanted this just to be like a bamboo forest in the back, but then I added the river and I put the gazebo back there. I also, from the time I started this island, I knew I wanted a river walk somewhere on the island, so I figured the back half would be the best. So we have the river back there, and then we also have like this fishing spot that overlooks this kind of like almost like endless river. Like it's so long that you can't even see the other side. Okay, and as we come to the end of the river, we stumble upon this incline, and it is overgrown, it is mossy, it is, it just looks like it hasn't been tended to in a while, and it leads us up to this trail. And this trail leads us to this bridge, which is the bridge that's above like that outlook that we saw, that river outlook, waterfall outlook thing, next to the pergola garden. And this bridge actually will lead us to our house. And here we are at my house. This was the very last build that I did for Matcha City, and I absolutely love it. I wanted it to feel like very magical and just like, I wanted all the cherry blossoms in the back. I wanted butterflies everywhere. I wanted that precious little duck to be there, and I wanted to make it simple, yet it felt full and inviting and just like, I don't know, just very like a breath of fresh air. And last but not least, let's check out the inside. So when you enter my house, you will see the Cherry Blossom Cafe, which I had so much fun building. I worked really, really hard on this, you guys. You guys saw the video that I did. I really loved it, and you guys really loved it too. This was so much fun, totally different from any interior I've ever done. Okay, and now we are going to check out the side room on the left, which you guys have not seen. I have not made a video about this. This was just a quick little build I did. I just did a kind of an extension of our Dark Academia library. I love this wallpaper. It's probably my favorite wallpaper in the game. It is just so beautiful. It reminds me of like Gilmore Girls when Rory goes to Yale. It looks like the windows in her classroom. I don't know, it just reminds me of that. I absolutely love this. Okay, and now we're going to head over to the room on the right. If you saw my most recent Matcha City video, you will know what this is. This is our crazy, hectic storage room, and we had so much fun in this video, and it seemed like you guys really loved it too. We basically just pulled a bunch of stuff out of my storage and just created like this crazy mess. Oh my gosh, it was like the funnest video I've ever made. Now we're gonna head downstairs, and this is an area you also have not seen. This is my apartment. So oh my gosh, fell in love with this. I have not done an interior like this ever. This is like my dream home. Something about that butterfly wallpaper in the back, just so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Okay, now we're heading upstairs to the sunroom, which you guys have already seen. This is my favorite room in the house. It took me hours to build this, but I am so pleased with the outcome. It is just so beautiful. I love how the fans are making all of the plants move, and the diffusers and the tub just make it look like this beautiful sunroom garden. I am literally obsessed. I will not ever get over this build. All right, guys. Well, that was the end of the tour. I cannot believe that we are done with Matcha City. I am unbelievably grateful for all the support you've given me over the past few months, and I hope that you enjoy this island as much as I do. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I cannot wait to work on the next island. I am so excited to show you what ideas I have, and yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have the best day ever. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.